Radio Shout It.
Okay, it's Atlanta's #1 hip-hop station, Hot 107.9 and home for the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. Of course, you know it's your folk, B-High, Radio Shout-In. Stepping in the building, I got my A-Town fam in this thing. DJ Burnwell, what's good with it, my dog?
Hey, what up, dog? Thank you for having me, bro.
I appreciate you coming through this thing, Burn. Now, I mean, break it down to me. For those that don't know, just do a quick little brief something to let them know how you get busy, Burn One.
Man, even before I get started on myself, Doc, I want to say thank you, B-High, for what you're doing for Atlanta right now. You know,
man,
telling these Atlanta stories.
Yeah.
I would have never known that No More Playing GA was Pastor Troy's first record.
Yeah.
How would you have known that was the first song you recorded?
Hey, man, I'm a slick historian in this thing, Burn.
You
One
are.
of my main thing is just to make sure that these stories get told and passed down so folks can understand a little bit about the culture and the history and move the culture forward, but also do it in a way that the newcomers can have a point of reference on how to do it. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But, I mean, speaking of the culture, I mean, you're a big part of it, though, Burn. Why? I mean, first of all, I just got to start off with this. I didn't know you was in there working at Super Sounds, man.
Hey.
I grew up on Barge Road over there near Greenbrier, man.
Hey.
So, I mean, Super Sounds, that was one of my spots. Just talk to me about coming up over there and learning the game, being in a historic place like that.
Man, growing up, I was blessed to be raised in the mom and pop era of music, you know, to where people were really selling CDs hand to hand and stuff. You know, like I started off doing music when I was young, like 15, doing mixtapes in high school. Mm-hmm. And so by the time, I want to say I got into 11th grade, I got hired at Super Sound. Ooh. They had a store down on the south side, you know what I'm saying? They had 3 locations. And so I worked down there, and that's really what kicked it all off for me, you know, because before then I was just doing like, almost like the rap version of now. Yeah. So I listened to top 10 songs on 107.9 or V103 and put them on burn a little CD. You know, I was early on the internet and stuff like that. And I was early on the internet, and then working at Super Sound, somebody came in and they're like, I was trying to sell my mixtape. They're like, why don't you make a real one? And I'm thinking like DJ Jelly, MC Assault, like that's what I was raised on. You know what I'm saying? The Camp tapes, Edward J. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was on all that, and I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that.
Exactly.
They're like, no, I do it like Drama and Candy. You get exclusives, you're breaking artists, you're putting out music you want to hear, you know, you're finding songs. I was like, let me try it.
Exactly.
You know? And so I did one tape, and the very next tape, I just happened to go to school with the girls Ecstasy.
Ooh.
Yeah, from you know, T.I. and the PSC and Grand Hustle and all that. And I was like, yo, y'all host a tape with me, get T.I. to host a tape, and they all hosted a tape for me. It was like T.I., the PSC, and Ecstasy hosted a tape for me. And I was still a senior in high school.
Talk to me about that. What was that like, just being a senior in high school and having a cosign like that? Because that had to have been crazy.
Bro, it was even crazier, Dyer, because I'm Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mexican and white. And then I grew up downtown, Stewart Avenue in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I moved out down to the south side to the suburbs when I was like 10.
Yeah.
And it was like culture shock, Dyer. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
I'm like raised in the culture, and now I'm removed from every bit of the culture.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, people in school were like, oh, you know, this guy talks black or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it's like, all I know is how to be me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so I was kind of like shunned from certain parts of like, you know, sports or whatever. It's just like, I could feel the hate. And as soon as T.I. hosted my tape, bro, all that shit fucking changed. All that shit changed, dog. Everybody want to be my friend. Yeah, I was like, so this is life.
Exactly.
It was good, bro. It was good. I got that early. Woo. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, all right, you know? And so I felt like what that was. But the cool thing was is that gave me the end to be around T.I. and everybody. Yeah. And they just let me start coming up the Grand Hustle. Crazy. You know? I remember Big Country King showing me my first Pro Tools file.
Ooh.
I was like, what are all them colors?
No.
He was like, the yellow one, the snare, man. That blue one, the kick. I was like, what does any of this shit mean? I don't know the kick or snare. None of this stuff is.
Exactly.
You know? So it was beautiful, man.
I mean, speaking of Grand Hustle, one of my favorite rappers of all time, Young Dro, man. I mean, you did a lot of work with that guy. And one of my favorite songs is that On Set, man, off of that Rap Lauren Reefer. Talk to me about putting that thing together and then Dro going crazy on the track.
Man, he lost it, man. That was a beautiful time just working with Dro, because I've always just come from the standpoint of if I want to hear something, maybe somebody else might want to hear it too.
That's right.
That's been my only motivation, is just trying to shine light on people I think are dope.
That's right.
And I remember just hanging around the Grand Hustle, and this guy just kept coming around, and he was so goofy and silly. He was like a walking cartoon character. Yeah. I was like, this dude's so silly, but he'll come in with a crate, like a whole crate of notebooks, of bars. And so I just started sitting around, and I was like, you want to do a tape? And he still didn't have a concept. I was like, I'm just going to get songs from me. And so I just come up there. I sat up there 30 days straight. I go up there every day and just sit and wait for him. Yeah. And I had beats. So I had like the 8-ball beat. You know what I'm saying? The 8-ball MJG.
Yeah.
what was that? What was it? I forget what it was. But I had that, the Linkin Park and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Linkin Park and Jay-Z was like everybody's favorite. They didn't expect him to come on that, you know? And he would just rap. He would just flip through it, like, all right, I got it. It's just go in there and rap. And so finally I had enough songs. I took a couple songs from the Raheem the Dream album, you know what I'm saying? And some other stuff, some random stuff, and put it out, man. And it just so happened that week it came out, Shoulder Lean got serviced to radio.
Ooh.
It got added to Hot.
Yeah.
And so he came up to me like a week later. He was like, everybody loves Shoulder Lean.
Yeah.
But now I got fans off this. Off the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? He's like, the mixtape people tell me that fans. He's like, I never heard nobody tell me that.
Exactly.
That was real powerful, you know?
Come on now.
And we kind of like, you know, it did well, and then we kind of lost connection, and then we reconnected a couple years later.
Yeah.
And by that point, I'd formed the 5 Points Bakery. This is my crew right here.
The 5 Points Bakery. Fellas, I mean, y'all get together and get busy.
Pure smashed potatoes.
Talk to me about the team, man. How y'all boys came together, and I mean, what bangers can we credit to y'all?
Hey, man. Yeah, so it's all four of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when I first started producing, because I'd been doing mixtapes and stuff, I was sampling for like the whole year. Yeah. And that's how those ASAP Rocky tracks ended up coming out. But I was like, I wasn't feeling challenged. I was like, man, I want to make music that sounds like these samples.
Yeah.
I think we could do it. Ooh. I just need the right team, you know?
Right.
And so I started a production team, and I called him Mick Vegas, and I did a bunch of stuff with Starlito. Yeah. And it was like, it looked like I was producing under a pseudonym. You know what I'm saying? Because it was all me. I was trying to speak it into existence, but I didn't have the team. So I was like, all right, I'm just go by myself. Yeah. And then me, Walt, and Ricky linked up. You know what I'm saying? And the first track we did was the first song on our album, The Ashtray. Yeah. Called Lucy Says Hi. Ooh. And the second one was a track with, they ended up going to Ritz and 8 Ball called Pie. We did that with the legend Carl Mo. You know what I'm saying? Carl Mo, the way you move, vice versa.
Shit.
Yeah, gangster shit. I know I was about to say, I knew you would go right to it.
Now, man, that's my favorite joint right there too, man.
Yeah, man.
I mean, just being in the industry as producers, gang. I mean, can y'all just talk to me about the ups and the downs of it all, and then also the creative process?
Man, the creative process is my favorite part.
Talk to me.
All of it just getting in and just creating live. You know, like when people watch us, they're just like blown away. It's like we're sound explorers. Sound explorers. Yeah. You know, so it's like we're always trying something new. And then, you know, it's funny working with different producers because we'll collaborate a lot. And sometimes people are just lost and they're like, what's staying on the record, what's going? I'm like, we're throwing stuff at the wall.
Exactly.
Not like just in a bad way, but just like we're just throwing ideas out there and then we'll pair them back and make it all make sense. You know what I'm saying? But it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody has vocals.
That's right.
Ricky's main thing is guitar. Walt's main thing is keys, but everybody plays multiple instruments. You know what I'm saying? Like Anna sings, but she plays accordion and plays synths too.
That's cold.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it sounds so gangster. It sounds so gangster. We running through effects and some pedals and stuff. It sounds so gangster. Just trying to do different stuff, man. Trying to, you know, bring what I want to hear.
Exactly.
That's where I've always come from, even from Gucci to whoever. You know what I'm saying? It's always been, what do I want to hear? You know?
When you speak of Gucci, though, man, I mean, that chicken talk.
And it's 1017.
Oh, man. That's cold, too. Oh, that's cold-blooded, so you already know what that means. There's about to be some magic in here. Chicken talk.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that project right there, man, because, I mean, the Burn One freestyle was hard as hell, too. Hey. So I know that had to feel good to get that one out, too.
It did, man. It was just funny, dog. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. The whole project was good, man, because I met him. I initially called him because he was a part of Never Again Records, and they did the Black Tea, the response to White Tea. And I was like, what else y'all got? And he was the one that I called the record label. He was the one that picked up. I go there. It's 8 people on the song. He's the only one there, and he immediately takes me to Zaytoven's house.
My God.
Like, leaves that studio. He takes me over there and plays me Icy.
What?
And I was like, who's on the hook? He's like, Lil Will. I was like, you auto-tuned him? He was like, yeah. I was like, I thought it was the worst thing ever, dog. You know what I'm saying, bro? I love Lil Will. Looking for Nicki and all that. You know what I'm saying? Just initial reaction.
Exactly.
I was like, all right, bro. I was like, I don't really get it. I was like, but all good. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you want to do a tape? And he didn't get it. He didn't know nothing. He was like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just straight up told me no, which was good, bro. How much, you know, anybody, just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Just say, you don't want to do something? Don't make me hit you up 17 times. Try to hit you up or whatever, because I don't play the game with nobody either. You know what I'm saying? And so he got out of jail after that pool stick incident. You know what I'm saying? And the Trap House that came out did good, but then that happened, everything slowed down. Yeah. He put out my chain that wasn't doing too well. He called me out of the blue. What was that thing you were talking about? You gonna do the mixtape? What was that? I was like, yeah. And so that was like where it all kicked off. You know what I'm saying? So it was a beautiful time, like just being with him. Luckily, he shared the story of me initially telling him just about mixtapes once we started working together in his autobiography. Thought it was pretty cool. You didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's so dope, bro. So many people that try to like erase me out of their history, or just people in general that just like erase the people that came up and you know what I'm saying?
And that's why I come in. You see, we don't play that around here.
Radio show.
Gucci, early Gucci. Did you think that young man that jumped on that doggone mixtape with you was gonna turn out to be the trap god?
No, but you know, I knew, like, just like Dro, he was funny. I'm like, why is he rapping about this serious ass shit? And it's so funny. He's talking about robbing people, and I'm laughing. This is doing something. This is entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it's straight entertainment. And we worked for about a whole month. And the only thing that we did that was new was probably the Burn One freestyle, maybe 1 or 2 new songs. The whole time it was just like, we were in the studio, but it was like partying, on the Club Blaze, coming back at 4 a.m, but just watching him, like he would get a kick out of himself. Like he'll get in there and just rap, and he'll rap from the top to the bottom of the beat and be like, put another one on, say the wildest shit. I didn't even know I was gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? And get back in there. But he was just having fun with it, man. And I was like, it was just a good time, you know? And it was funny, man. I vividly remember like when we first dropped it. Because he just let me run point, you know? Ooh. I was like, I took the cover. If you look on the back, it says Burn One Photography. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have Burn One Photography. I just put it back there.
The whole thing.
Shit, the whole thing, you know? I decided to make it a double disc and all that stuff. I did the pressing. I did everything, you know? My goodness. And so I remember going to the discount mall on Old National. Yeah. And we go in there, and I had some CDs, and Gucci was waiting in the car. I had like a RAV4 or something. You know what I'm saying? And he was in the car, and no. I was in my pickup truck, my dad's red pickup truck, because it's in the book. And so we went, and I went inside by myself, and I was trying to sell the CD, and I was selling them wholesale $4 a piece. Yeah. And the guy was like, ain't nobody finna buy this. He's cold. I was like, you lost. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, initial, I was like, all right. I go outside. It's already people congregating around the car. He didn't turn it up in the car, and everybody's coming around him. They're like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Dude comes out the store within 10 minutes, bro. Let me get 40 of them. You know? Exactly. It was some powerful shit, bro. It just reminds me, like, if you believe in something, take it to the level. Take it to 10. Do it. Don't just talk about it. Do it. I had the hard copies, and I had him with me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We showed up. We were there, you know?
Preparation and opportunity coming together.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I honed all that just from being in school. I used to get out of school every day in high school and drive around and put my CDs on consignment. Ooh. And I go to DBS Sounds, Super Sound, all the different shops. I met Gorillaz before he was Gorillaz right there in 5 Points. He was selling CDs. And I remember he had a song called Bet You Can't Do It on a Dick. And I was like, again, just lost. You know what I'm saying? And then, no lie, within 6 months, he had the Hood record out. And that shit was going. And I was like, this is one of the hardest songs I've ever heard.
Exactly.
So it just taught me not to judge people so harshly. And I sucked at one point at everything before I got better at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to give people room to grow.
What is it like, though, Burn One, when you look back to those old days, man, when you was just getting off the ground and you saw all of these other artists getting off the ground and everybody just had ambition and dreams and not really knowing what the future held, but you knew that you was going back to the future?
Man, I think people just wanted it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People just wanted it. And I feel like the people that really want it, get it. You know, it's like every time I look at any rapper that just didn't have what I thought should have been the career, I can always trace it back to just them and their work ethic.
Exactly.
9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe back in the day, maybe you could get blackballed or something, you know what I'm saying? That shit ain't possible nowadays. It's too many outlets, it's too many platforms, it's too widespread. You can't get blackballed. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But it was just good to be around at that time and be around it. You know, even what got me into production was there was like a lull of just like the music I was getting I wasn't liking. And so I'm like, either I can complain about me not liking the beats or I can make the beats I want to hear.
Exactly.
So I took a whole year off. I'm like, I'm gonna make 5 beats a day. I was making enough money from hosting to where I could just chill. Yeah. So I was like, I make 5 beats a day, and I was like, I'm not playing these for nobody unless somebody comes through and just hears them. And at the end of the year, I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, I'm not gonna sell these tracks, and I just threw them up on SoundClick. And Yams found them. Ooh. And that's what ended up being Houston Old Head and rolling up for A$AP Rocky on his first project.
Talk to me, Burn.
It was a beautiful time, man.
I mean, because when A$AP came out, he came out like a rocket. So, I mean, with them tracks right there being some classic joints, what was that like when you saw that happen?
Man, it was funny because I had a blog called Boulevard Street. During that whole year, I stopped doing everything, and I was like, I need to do something else other than just doing beats. So I started a blog, and I would just post up music. And I think Yams had sent me a record from Rocky called Been Around the World. He was just Rocky. It was called Been Around the World, and I put it up, and I remember I was like, New York dude on some South shit. Yeah, it was fresh. Exactly. Now everybody's on the South shit. They ain't new no more. But it was fresh. You know what I'm saying? I remember I went to New York for something. I went up there to do don't know if I went up there with Scotty or something.
Yeah.
And it might have been before that. I think it was before Scotty. And I go up there and I'm trying to find them, hitting everybody, can't contact them. I get back 2 days later. They're like, yo, you got 2 tracks on the project. Send us the beats. I'm like, I was just looking for y'all. I was hitting everybody up.
Exactly.
And they're like, no, you already got 2 on the project. I was like,
talk to me about that in the aftermath of all of that stuff, man, after those projects hit and then the sample issues with it, man. What was that like for you?
Man, you know, it was I was just happy to have the placements, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just happy the world was hearing some of my music, man.
Exactly.
You know, it was like I was at the point of just trying to like prove myself as a producer at that point. You know, I'm like, I was just wanting to be known. Didn't want anybody to be like, oh yeah, I like your beats because I like your mixtapes. I wanted it to stand on its own merit, you know? And so for them records to be picked and he make the songs he made to them.
Yeah.
He made those classics.
Some classics.
You know what I'm saying? It was funny because I made the Houston Old Head around the acapella for another artist that I was working with named P. Watts. He had a song with Player Fly.
That's
and he just sent me the verse. And so I originally did that beat around the Player Fly verse.
What?
I sent it to the artist. He didn't like that shit. He was like, nah. And I was like, all right, cool. That was part of the reason why I just threw it up on SoundClick. I was like, well, maybe this shit sucks. Little did I know, you know? But it just shows you know what I'm saying? It's just like the right song.
Yeah.
You know? Anna does it all the time. She'll pick a beat out and I'll be like, I never would have thought you would have wrote to that. And that shit just be jamming.
My God. When you think about production, though, Burn One, and DJing, being able to take you around the world, what was that like? And then also, did you think that it would do that for you?
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea because I hadn't really spent a lot of time in the clubs or anything. I was just focused on mixtapes. And then out of the blue, Bubba Sparks called me like right after Miss New Booty came out. He's like, yo, I need a DJ. Everybody keeps saying you're the hottest in the city. I was like,
come on now.
All right. It's like, I don't know. You know, it's like, I was just doing my thing. I wasn't paying attention to nothing. And so I traveled with him for like 2 or 3 years. That was super dope. And then I ended up touring with Yellow Wolf on the Deal or No Deal tour with Wiz Khalifa.
Crazy.
And I remember going out there with Wiz because we had just dropped trunk music. And I remember going out there and being like, we're selling out like 1,000-person venues, which just seemed like a lot at the time just for, you know what I'm saying, that artist. And I was like, damn, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? And that was literally the tour where Kush and Orange just came out. So he was performing songs off of that. Yeah. We were kicking it. He was giving me weed. I was on the road with some drinkers. You know what I'm saying? Wiz was like, him and Will were like, yo. Will was like, yo, he ain't got no weed. He's like, all his friends are drinkers. He was like, yo, he's good. So he made sure I was straight with weed the whole time, dog. It was just a beautiful time, you know?
Out of all of the artists that you worked with, though, Burn One, which ones were the most pleasant to work with that you say, you know what, we made history in this thing?
Starlito, man. Starlito's my fucking dog, man. I love Starlito, bro. And that was the first full project I did was Renaissance Gangster.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like all those beats came from that year that I was just chilling. Uh-huh. And I had a homie named J.A. and he was like, yo, I think Starlito might fuck with this. And he was changing from All-Star to Starlito at that time. Right. And I was like, shit, send it to him. I sent him 5 beats. He sent me back 4 songs. Ooh. I sent him 6 beats. He sent me back 5 songs. He was like, let's drop an album. I was like, all right. He was like, I want to put you on the cover. I was like, bro, I don't want to be on the cover, dog. You know, I didn't want to talk on my mixtapes because I want to set myself apart. I don't want to be all up in the videos. You know what I'm saying? It's like, not going full Suge Knight, but that just wasn't me. You know, it's like, I never been like super in front of the camera, like, you know, rah, all that stuff. I was like, I don't want to set myself apart. I was like, I wanted to be about the music, you know?
But then talk to me, though, Burn One. How do you think that affected your career, not getting on the mic and not getting in front of the camera, though?
It's twofold, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely had a lot of imposters running around. Bro, I had so many people call me, hey, man, somebody said such and such, you was here, this and that, you did that. And I was like, I don't know about none of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about none of it. But it was dope. It was cool because it separated me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was just, even though I was following Drama and Cannon's blueprint, which luckily I'm cool enough to have a cool relationship with them now.
Exactly.
But it was like, even though I was following their blueprint, I wasn't doing them. I was just helping spread music around. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like pollinating. You know what I'm saying? That's how I pollinate. You know, I'm like, man, I just love music since I was a kid. Music and film. You know what I'm saying? I just loved it.
Which one of these songs are the ones that you felt like the artist got on and snapped the hardest on, though, Burn?
I'm gonna say Lido, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we've done a bunch from Renaissance Gangster to what was it, Mental Warfare. That was a real dope time. We went to a castle.
Yeah.
There's footage online of us in a castle in Al Capone's old castle I think it was like outside of Nashville, making Mental Warfare.
What was that like?
It was crazy. Starlito bought like water guns. It was like a big water gun fight. It was just like a fun time, man. I love Lito, bro, and he snaps. Lito be snapping, bro. You know, I love people when I hear him just leave it. You know, it's like is the music version of leaving it all on the court.
Exactly.
You know, when he walk out the booth, he done gave it everything he has. Everything. Done left it all in there. You know, and it's like from so many joints on Renaissance Gangster, I was just like, who raps like this? And I think the beats were making him do something different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then when we came along to Mental Warfare, it was just like we were just in a zone. You know?
Now, Burn One, I mean, being on tour, I mean, expound upon that, being in there with Wiz Khalifa and just seeing folks in them early stages. What is that like for you? And when you look back through your memories museum and you're like, oh, man, I was there. I was a part of that. And it's still relevant to this day. How does that impact you?
It just makes me feel good, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel blessed. Like, just to have been around any of that. Mm-hmm. And for everybody who've been so cool. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed to be a part of a lot of people early in their career. Mm-hmm. Gucci and Dro and all these people, Pierre Bourne, you know, it's like, it's just beautiful to be around these people and just like do anything to help. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I've always loved being helpful. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. It's like shining a light on people that I think are dope. It's beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you also hauled off and got on a film in this thing, though, too, man. That Superfly with Sleepy Brown. I mean, what was that like when you realized that, oh, man, I'm over here scoring movies in this thing?
Hey, man, that was a whole team effort with the whole squad, too, man. The record Sleepy Brown, If You Want It, featuring Scar, first song on the Superfly soundtrack. Man, it was a beautiful moment, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like at the time, at the time, man, I'd been going through a lot in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I got the call, you know, possibly, you know, they wanted some records for Superfly. We did a couple different ideas. And Sleepy was like, yo, let's build on this one. And so, you know, me, I'm like, we need to add some stuff. Could we do it at Stankonia? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We need to do it at the mothership, you know? And he was like, yeah. I was like, you know, just a couple background vocals or whatever. And we went in there and revamped like the whole record. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't anticipate that. You know, we walk in and Preston Crump's in there who done played all, you need to get him on here, bro. He played all the Outkast bass lines, dog. You know what I'm saying? From Elevators to damn Spodio de Dopalicious. Like, so many, dog. So, well, he didn't do So Fresh So Clean. So many. Dude from Cameo did that one. Yeah. But yeah, so many classic lines. You know what I'm saying? And we had already did a bass line. And Sleepy's like, yo, you got your 5-string, Preston? He was like, yeah. He's like, yo, show him the bass line. I'm like, I'm going to show my favorite bass player of all time a bass line. I'm sitting there fumbling over notes and shit. You know? And Chance was in there. Chance played the keys on Liberation, Sorry Miss Jackson, all the Outkast stuff, all the Goody Mob stuff. Like, so much soul, dog. He came and blazed the record for us. Sleepy played bongos on there, you know? Like, we had Anna and Cornbread and Rose backgrounds. And it was just a beautiful moment. You know what I'm saying? Ricky had a guitar on the spot. Walt, what'd you play?
Up there?
Yeah. You played a random instrument, dog.
The xylophone, a baby xylophone.
He played a baby toy xylophone on the record. And it's on there, dog. And it sounds great right next to these beautiful strings.
Yeah.
Played by Miko and his friends. Really dope. But it was just, man, it was beautiful to sit there with, and Ray was in there.
Yeah, Ray don't play.
And bro, I'll just tell a story, dog, because it was just beautiful, man. You know what I'm saying? It was like we were in there, and he's looking at me. He's like, man, I'm telling you, when we did Outkast's first album, he was looking at the board. He said, out of sound on every track. He was like, it's too much. So I had to take it out. He was like, don't add too much on the record.
Yeah.
I was like, I feel you, Ray. I was like, I just got to hear them play on this song, dog. I can't not have Preston I can't not have Preston and Chance and everybody do this. I was like, we ain't got to keep it. And afterwards, man, we played the song. He played it back. He just stood by me. He was like, you were right.
Come on.
He was like, you're right, dog. Just hearing my hero, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Ray, Sleepy, dog. Like there couldn't be more of an influence than Organized Noise, Pimp C, UGK Production, and 3 6 Mafia and DJ Toon. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my whole foundation.
I'm with you 100%.
So to have one of my forefathers and Beats by the Pound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can't forget Beats by the Pound, dog.
OKL.
Bro, we've been whipping with Moby Dick.
Exactly.
Bro, we got some crazy shit with Moby Dick.
What?
Bro. Yes, bro.
Because see, Moby don't play around, and he can still sing, too. Don't get that messed
up.
Bro,
I want to play some after this interview, bro. We got some cold records, man.
Oh, my God.
But just having that respect from people that you respect, man, is priceless, dog. You can't put no dollar on. You can't put nothing. You know, I would have loved for the record to come out and gone platinum and do whatever. Just for that moment, man. It was beautiful.
Talk to me about
and seeing it in the movie and Director X coming up.
Thanks.
Director X came up to us at the premiere, dog, and bowed to me. He was like, "Thank you. The record needed to be perfect for the moment. It was perfect, dog." And I'm like, "You've done so much classic shit, bro."
Exactly.
It's good to be around humble people who are just fucking legends, dog.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you ain't got to be an asshole. You don't have to be.
Well,
you know, even being around
10, the assholes ain't legends.
They aren't, bro. It's always the hangers on and the people who ain't that. You know, it's like I remember being in the studio with T.I. when he was working on Urban Legend.
Ooh.
And he was on house arrest. He was in Cobb.
Yeah.
And man, I remember he was playing me songs, and I would just be like, I remember he played me the KLC record. What it do? He played me the Manny Fresh before I had a couple different parts on there. I was like, yo, the greatest, dog. Before I had the chickens, ducks, and cats, it was just a piano. You know what I'm saying? And I was just telling him, like, man, that shit's tight. Mm-hmm. He just looked at me, didn't change his face at all. He was like, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know. And I was just like, okay, you don't have to be fake humble, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knew he was zoning, dog. Yeah. There wasn't no ambivalence about it. He's like, I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm busting right now.
Give it to these
you know what I'm saying? So it was like, I appreciated that. So I seen it from both ways. People would be assholes for no reason.
Yeah.
And people would just be real as fuck and be like, I'm zoning right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's good, man. I feel like I've got like a well-rounded view of just everything, man.
Back to the Superfly thing, you say you was going through some things. What did that do for you emotionally to have that kind of an experience coming off of the stress that you was up under at that time, man?
Man, I'll just be honest, dog. You know, like I'd been battling alcohol for a while and didn't even know it. I don't know how many people doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? But I was battling, I didn't even know it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it culminated in getting in a bad DUI crash, which luckily everybody was okay. You know what I'm saying? Definitely my fault. Like ran in the back of someone on the highway. Mm-hmm. Real fucked up, dog. And it was it was one of the things I always was afraid of being. Yeah. Probably because I didn't dip my toe in the water so much. Yeah. Now that I look back on it. Mm-hmm. So I couldn't even drive to the session. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to ride in the passenger. I've been driving since I was 16. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I felt like my legs were cut out from under me, dog. It was like everything in my life was upside down, man. I got this opportunity to work on Superfly Soundtrack in Stankonia. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes when shit be the darkest, it also like the universe will just bring some brightness into it, just to like give you like that hope to be like, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Like now's the time to quit. Now's the time to keep pushing. You know?
It's always darkest before the dawn.
1,000%.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why they had that saying right there, because it gets dark as hell before that sun rises again. Man. You feel me?
Bro, so my spirit needed that session, dog. Like just to be there with Ray and Sleepy and just having Sleepy defer to me.
Come on.
Sleepy knows way more about beats than I'll ever know. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? Ray knows way more than I'll ever know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they just sat there with me patiently. You know what I'm saying? While we sat there and added stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just so good for my spirit, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't touched alcohol since, bro.
Are you serious? So
I ain't
that
drank in 2 years.
Too, the session healed you?
I ain't drank in 2 years, dog. Bro, I was on some real shit, bro. I was released in the car. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was like my car had been passed down to me from my grandparents, dog. And I remember like coming to in the car, like right when the accident happened, and just being like, if everybody's all right, this monkey's on my back.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it weighing on me no more. I don't even want to drink no more, dog.
That's right.
You know, it's like, I just want people to know out there, don't let it get to that before you address your issues.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't address your issues, they just going to grow and metastasize and just be worse. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was already drinking way too much.
Yeah.
And then my partner, Seth Ferguson, passed away. Ooh. And, bro, it tanked me. Yeah. But I look back now, and it's a cop-out. Yeah. There was no excuse for me to drink and drive. I dipped my toe in that too much. Yeah. Especially as DJs, bro. DJs don't drink and drive. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody drink and drive. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's so easy as DJs, man. We're going to play. We're going to spin. Everybody want to buy you a drink.
Yeah.
Now you can have Uber and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. At the time, it just wasn't as prevalent. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, bro. But I'm just happy I'm here now, bro.
Exactly.
Sober, and I just want to be like a positive, not just an example of, you can turn that shit around, dog. If you battling with something, you can turn that shit around. You know what I'm saying? You just got to keep trying to find what works for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just hopefully it won't be that DUI moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, let it happen before that, you know?
Exactly.
For sure.
Now, Burn One, you also made some classic music with my boy Scotty ATL, man.
That's my dog right there.
I mean, that Faith and that Spaghetti, Junction, those two projects right there were extremely powerful. Can you talk about the chemistry that y'all had? Because y'all had a tip and tomb situation going on over there too, and I just don't understand what happened.
Hey, man, it was a beautiful time again, man. Like, just being around. I was hanging around Block Studio.
Ooh.
I was over there. What up, Block? I was over there, and I think I was doing Gorillaz mixtapes. It was like the 28 mixtapes of 28 days.
Yeah.
I think I did 2 of those. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a whole experience. So I spent a lot of time up there. And what's his name? Scotty was just up there. Him and Jacquees were just around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just working. And I just gravitated towards Scotty. I was like, what's up? I think he played me a song. I was like, that shit's hard. I was like, yeah, do some stuff. And that was like early, like right when we had just formed the 5 Points Bakery and everything. And man, he came through. We just started cooking up, man. And we did that Summer Dreams. And it made like Spin's top 50, mixtapes of the year in the magazine and stuff. Back when magazines existed for real,
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, it was just beautiful. It had like a lot of cool accolades and people were really rocking with it, And then we followed up with Faith, That was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many dope records,
Exactly.
But man, people grow. You know what I'm saying? It's like I realized, man, certain relationships, any type of relationship, we're only meant to be for a certain time.
Season.
Yeah.
It's
It's like I would love to reconnect with Gucci and do a crazy album right now.
Ooh.
Holla at me, Gucci.
Come
but
on
if that
now.
don't happen, bro, we got Chicken Talk.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Chicken Talk ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm more interested in doing new things at this point. You know what I'm saying? Working with new artists and things like that.
Another artist though, Peel.
Hey, man.
I mean,
4180.
Hardcore lyricist as well. So I mean, what was it like working with Peel on the Prescription?
Man, my partner Derek, White Boy D, he put me up on him, dog. He was managing him at the time. And he brought me over, and him and Grade A were just cooking up, and they played me like Trap Going Ham and a bunch of shit. I was like, man, this dude's so cold. He was like, just what I was looking for. I was like, man, I just need a spitter. I just want to hear somebody rap. It was like, I want to hear nobody busting. I was like, I just want to hear somebody bust. And he was killing it. We did that 41A, The Prescription.
Yeah.
And that, along with that Motion Family video for Trap Going Ham, just went crazy, dog. And that's what actually led me to working with Freddie Gibbs. Because Pill and Freddie Gibbs got cool, and they did some records. And they did a record over one of my tracks, Do Wrong.
Yeah.
So I did real good. And then I linked with Freddie Gibbs, and we started working from there. So it's cool how, like, how things happen. You just put yourself out there,
Exactly.
and good things can happen.
And one thing about that boy Peel, he was one of the first underground artists to blow off the internet too.
Yeah.
Nobody really quite knew how to use that internet just yet until he came through there with that Trap Going Ham, and he got all the way up through there. We're like, now Peel, how did you do this with no radio play, man?
Yeah.
He was all over the place, record deal and everything. So that was wild. Now, Burn One, going forward, what you got up your sleeve, man? Because I know you're working on something. What's happening?
Man, for my next act, it's the greatest act.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, bookmark this, come back to it in a couple years. And be like, he said some shit was about to go down. This is the time. You know what I'm saying, man? We got so much beautiful things. We've done sound design for Hollywood movie trailers and stuff. Like, we did the sound. Like, we set up some goals of being in. I wanted to be in a video game. I want to be on Netflix. I want to be in a movie.
Come on.
And I want to be on something else. What was it? It was something else. But anyways, we got all 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? We did all 4 of them, and it was within like a year and a half.
Oh!
We were in the NBA 2K19? NBA Live 19.
Yeah.
We were in there, but just everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, new goals. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But yeah, we got so much new stuff. We do samples for producers. That's one of the things we do. So we did Jadena's Tribe.
Ooh.
We did Lil Durk and Nicki Minaj, Extravagant, on their new album. We did Guap Dad 4000, Drip Like This. What else? I missed some. Young Ma, Walk. Mm-hmm. Co-produce all those.
Yeah.
That's been real cool because we started doing samples like 4 years ago before anybody was doing loop packs or anything like that. And so it's cool to be on the beginning of that, and we were just servicing people. We did the Cardo and Payroll Giovanni. We did a joint on there.
Yeah.
I forget what the name of the song is, but we've been doing that. That's been real good for us. Like, our beats are like crazy right now, Dog. So what's about to happen with those is just about to be beautiful. And then the whole squad, everybody's artists too. You know what I'm saying? So Walt just dropped an album called Red Velvet Roads.
Talk to me.
Check that out. Walt Live. Check it out. Go Ricky Go just dropped a video for Black Wire.
Ooh.
Yeah. He got the album Plaid out. Tall Tales.
Yeah.
Go check those out. Those are on the streaming platforms. And then Anna's up next.
I
we got
Anna.
her. We got Pussy Talk. That's the first single.
Okay then, Anna. I ain't mad at you.
Let them know. Let them know.
It's
a bop too, dog. It feels good, man. We got a bunch of records we're about to release with her and videos and stuff. So it's about to go crazy, man.
About achieving those goals, though, Burn One, to write down those goals at the time, how achievable did they seem? And as you started to knock all of those out, man, what was the process between conception and fruition?
I've always had an unrealistic belief in myself.
Hey, me too.
That's the only thing I can contribute anything to. Just being like, just going in blind and just being like head first and just banging my head.
We're going to fail. We'll fail.
It's like it's a circle of how you can do it. And I just find every way not to do it until I find the right way to do it, I forgot what we was talking about.
Those goals.
Oh, yeah. So the goals, man, it's like once you set the goals and you achieve them, I just knew they would happen because I knew I was going to do the work behind it.
Facts.
And I knew my team was crazy fucking talented, dog. It's like, to me, I wish I could just like wake up and music just pours out.
Yeah.
It's just not me. You know what I'm saying? Every one of them, it just pours out of them. And so it's just my job to just help put it all together and make it all, you know what I'm saying? Put it all in the right thing. But it's like, I feel like you have to set these high goals for yourself. Like, I just wanted a placement on Netflix. Oh, that's where we're on Marvel's Iron Fist. We were in there. But then I just got on an interview in the Hip Hop Evolution.
Oh.
I'm on the final season, the episode 4, where they're talking about T.I.'s trap music.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. It's like the things that are happening, I could have never imagined them. But once I set that goal, I like setting big goals because it makes me hold myself accountable.
That's right.
I'm not just going to say some shit and not follow up. There's a lot of people like that. I ain't one of them, So it's like once I set that goal, it just puts that battery in my back to push and do something amazing that I ain't never done. I love being uncomfortable. A lot of people like being comfortable and just want to be safe and cool. And it's like, I like getting out. I like being, it's like every time I was in the studio, I was out of the water, like, being in there with Tip and them and just being like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't even deserve to be in here. I'm just a kid in the corner. You know what I'm saying? That's why Drama and them were blown away when I beat them to Young Dro. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, but it was like, who the fuck is this kid that crept in the house and then dropped the first tape on the artist? You know what I'm saying? But man, it's beautiful, man.
Talk to me about the meantime and the downtime, in between time, when you just don't know if you gonna blow.
Man, I think it's to that point of where I blew up all my plan Bs. Every single one of them. I just burned them to the ground. I don't even want the option to go and do anything normal with my life. I don't want that option. And so just moving forward, all I did was just set these crazy goals and just try to push through, And, I just tell anybody, apply yourself in life. You know what I'm saying? If you say you're going to do something, do it. You know what I'm saying? And, a lot with me was just being a professional. You know what I'm saying? If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. If I say I'm going to show up, I'm going to be there. If I say I'm going to have it back in this time, I'm going to have it back, or else I'm going to call you and let you know, hey, X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? But just being, just being straight up and real, people appreciate that. And then after a point, I just made my name, and people just knew, like, all right, there's quality behind this name.
Exactly. Talk to me about just working in the industry and the jewels that you picked up that you want to share with the next Burn One that's trying to do what you did.
Oh, man, so many.
Come on with it.
I hoard gems. I'm like a hoarder. I'm about to start giving them away. I'm about to get active on the YouTube like yourself, man. I'm going to start doing some stuff.
You got to give it out.
Man, so many gems. Man, I think just literally just watching Toomp make beats. Like watching Toomp make beats. Like I found a cool way into Toomp. Like I couldn't get myself in rooms with people early on.
Yeah.
Even after the TI thing, I just couldn't get myself in rooms. So I was like, what can I do? I was like, let me film a hip hop DVD. Smack and all that was out. I was like, shit, if I pull up with the camera, somebody gonna let me in.
Exactly.
So I did like an hour-long interview with Toomp, hour-long interviews with a bunch of people, and put out a whole DVD.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? But that allowed me to be in the room with these people. When I called Toomp and I was back around the West End, I'm like, hey, bro, got some trees, I'm gonna slide through.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna come through and smoking. I just sit there and watch them make beats. You know what I'm saying? So I got so many gems from other people. I just can't think of one right now.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is make yourself a service. I always brought more to the table than I ever asked back.
Come on now.
You know, and I followed through with my word. It wasn't like I just showed up with a camera and it's like I didn't know what to do or whatever. It was like I learned to do that and I put the thing out. and I brought them the tangible thing that I did.
Exactly.
That counts for so much. Just doing the thing. You know, I always tell people just showing up is 95% of the battle. You know, like my brain to this day, I had a DJ gig the other day. My brain was trying to talk me out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So my stuff was whatever, and it was like life and da-da-da. And I'm like, shut up, brain. You know, all I need is the one time I can hear myself say 97 things of not to do, of reasons why. I just let myself tell the reasons. And then the one that says, finally, after all that, my brain will just be like, just fucking do it.
Exactly.
And I'll just do it, man. You know, if I can tell anybody anything, just do it. Do the thing you've been putting off. Do the thing that you're scared to do. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself out there. You know, connect with people and bring value to people. And good things will happen for you.
Also, before we get up out of here, man, why did you feel like folks tried to erase a player from the history?
Yeah, I think it's just convenience, man. I don't even know if it's out of malice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's just convenience. You know, it's like it's hard for somebody to be like, yeah, I got a leg up from this or something helped me out with this. And then I think also it's just, you know, hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody probably, you know, a lot of the people just be like, I was gonna do it anyways, which a lot of people are still gonna blow up anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like Pierre Bourne was always gonna be Pierre Bourne.
You deserve credit for the work that you put in, and that's the kind of stuff that kind of pisses me off because at the end of the day, you know I helped you, so you need to say appreciate it. That's all you need is appreciate you.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you does go a long
Come
way.
on, man.
That's why the Gucci autobiography meant the world to me, man. You know, from the bottom of my heart, Gucci, that shit meant the world to me.
When you read that autobiography and you saw your name in there,
I was tripping because they had interviewed me like 2 years before, and I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was like the same day, the last day I saw Bankroll Fresh too.
Oh.
That's so wild. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
But it was the same day,
Peace,
and
man.
I just didn't think nothing of it.
Yeah.
And so it came out, and dude hit me. He was like, "Yo, you and your dad's little red truck is gonna pop up in the pop up in the book." So I bought it and I read it. I was like, "Man, I can't believe he told the whole story."
My God.
It was beautiful, man. Just to have that piece of history being told, man. I was just appreciative. I appreciate it.
Now you can't speak on Fresh and not talk about Fresh. Did y'all get some work done?
Man, you know, me and Walt actually mixed a record before he passed with Trouble on the Zaytove, and I actually just randomly posted up the video. I came across it the other day, but it was Trouble and Bankroll Fresh.
Yeah.
You ain't street. You can go look it up. But we mixed that. But we had chopped it up that day, and we were supposed to have got up. And sadly, it didn't happen, man.
That would have been crazy.
I'm actually about to shoot a video for Street Money Bucci.
Okay, Bucci, that's my dog.
Yeah, bro, he got Joint Coffee out. That's so hard. And yeah, so I shoot videos and stuff too, man.
Exactly. Now you got to get it in.
Yeah, man. And it's like, I feel like once you're creative in one discipline or whatever, you can extrapolate that to other things. Once you've done figured out you can break out or whatever people tell you is acceptable or whatever,
that's right.
You can do anything.
Exactly. Lastly, Burn One, how can these folks contact you and anything else you want to get off your chest, my dog?
Oh man, you can contact us www.the5pointsbakery, all spelled out .com at DJ Burn One, DJ BURNONE on all platforms. Watch and see what we got coming out next, man.
Oh.
Watch and see what we got coming out next, man. We got some shit. You know what I'm saying? We got some shit, bro. I feel good, man. Yeah. You know, it's like now I'm seeing where Tip was when he was doing Urban Legend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying we're doing that, you know. Hating it in the comments. Always doing Urban Legend. You know, but dog, like we're on some shit, dog. And we're breaking some new ground. We're doing some new ass shit. I know because we've been with people who are on the top. Yeah. And they're like, y'all on some shit. We've been there with legends. They'll be like, you on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're on some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're going to change the game, dog. I appreciate you, B-High, man.
No problem. Like I said, I'm here for it. Give me some. Give me some.
Smashed potatoes, man.
Already, man. Appreciate y'all coming through this thing. Wish y'all nothing but the best and much success. B-High Radio shouted. It's Hot 107.9, man. Let's go.
Radio shouted.